Hi, Patricia, and welcome to this particular module where we are going to complete the Blitz strategy training. And in the previous module, I shared with you how to use the Blitz strategy, and you are also exposed to how powerful the Blitz strategy can be. And to complete the overall training, this is where I'll be sharing with you how to get your potential partners to raise their hand and say, hey, I'm interested to know what this business. So as in previous training, I shared with you, you use a blitz strategy with a group of potential partners, or you do a one-on-one engagement in that sense. So both of them are effective and they have their own advantage and also their so-called cons. So if you use a group method, then you can use an online platform for those potential partners that are not in the same demographic. And of course, you meet up with them if they are within your traveling distance in that sense. Now, so here in this training, I will cover how to get them for invite them to listen to the business where you're going to share with them, or how to get one-on-one appointments. All right. So how do you go around with that? Now, to achieve this, you're not going to pick up the phone and start calling them. You're not. And the way how you're going to use it is that you're going to be using mobile. Now, when you use the word mobile, it could be as simple as SMS or using a chat type of app. So it could be WhatsApp, WeChat, Facebook Messenger, whichever type of chat message that you usually communicate with your contacts, with your potential partners, which are the one that is suitable. So if you communicate with them through WhatsApp, then of course you use WhatsApp, right? Now, so why do we use this? Well, for many reasons. The first reason is that people do not talk, quote unquote, talk uh, that much anymore. People prefer to text. I mean, I'm not sure about you, but personally, I rather text than talking on the phone. And it seems that that's how the world has become in that sense, right? And it is not because people don't like to talk or whatever reason it is, but it's just how the mode of communication has evolved. So you want to follow the so-called trend in that sense. So instead of using phone calls, right, you can use the text feature in the sense that you use either a mobile app or just use a plain SMS if you don't use WhatsApp or WeChat, whatsoever it is. Now, the other reason is that if you use a chat method, guess what? Why it is so much more less pressure. I mean, sometimes it's a lot of pressure to pick up the phone and call, right? But if you were just texting, now how much pressure can that be? So it takes away all the pressure that you have. And why are you going to text? Do not be concerned about that because I'm going to teach you. In fact, I'm going to give you the exact script that you can use. Okay? So we talk about that's how people like to use in terms of communication nowadays. Secondly, it takes away the pressure. And the third thing is that if you use the text, there's no way how you can so-called affect your relationship. Well, because just think of it this way. There are only two possibilities. Either they reply or they don't reply. Now, if they don't like to explore the opportunity and they don't reply, nothing happens, right? Nothing happens. I mean, they're not going to scold you. You're not going to end your relationship. Nothing happens, right? So it is a very quote unquote safe way of how you approach this business. But it can be very, very, very effective. Why? Because it reaches to their phone. And that means that the message goes to them directly. I mean, if you were to send an email, sometimes there are so many emails they may not have seen it, but a text when a message comes to your phone, you always sees that, right? Okay, so we understand that part. Cool? Agree? Okay, now you can't respond to me because this is a home study that you're going through. All right, but I just used to asking questions when I'm doing a live training. Anyway, let's proceed from here. So I was saying to you that you do not need to know what to type. So I'm going to give you the template. Now, before that, let me just make it clear. Before you reach this stage, you have already gone through the training of what a blitz strategy is, in a sense that you know exactly what to do if you get the chance to meet up. Or again, when I use the word meet up, it could be an online meetup or an offline meetup. Doesn't matter as long as you are able to engage and to share about the business with them. Again, do not try to sell. because we are not in a selling business, we are in a sharing business. We are just sharing with them about three things about your story, about you, and of course about the business. Okay, so here's the first template. There are going to be two templates for you to use. So use whichever ones that is more suitable for you. Now, how do you decide which one? Well, which one gives you a better tone in that sense? And at the same time, your own position. If you are, say, a public figure, you may use a template number two to be more effective. But if not, template number one is as effective as any designation or any position that you're in. Okay, so it sounds like this. I use the word John as a name that you replace with your context name. And it doesn't have to be a context, your whoever it is, what market the person is, okay? So we're just gonna stick with John for the time being in this training. So this is how it sounds. Hi John, I just started a global business using the internet and I could use your help. It's very simple. Text me back so I can give you some details how it works. Now, should you follow exactly as it is? Now, if that fits into your tone, yes, use it because this has been proven and proven and proven over and over again. We have gone through so many training, live training, and we use this template and it always give us good response. When I use the word good in a sense that the conversion is very high for the potential partner to actually respond. So if you want to change it differently, now I just want to break it down about why we choose this template so that you don't miss out this message. The first part is that you mentioned that you're starting a global business. A global business sounds very exciting, and they want to know how you're going to do it. Is it an offline business or is it an online business? So in this case, you want to mention by using the internet and you asking your potential partner whether they can help you or not. Now, you're mentioning this so that it sounds like you are actually asking a favor. And usually people will respond to you if you position it that way. But you're not actually asking for help in that sense. It's just how you get response. So you're saying that I could use your help. It's very simple. Make it clear to them that there's there's nothing confusing about this. It's a very straightforward business. Text me back so that I can give you some details how it works. Now that is the keyword here, how it works. So maybe they are not interested about the business, but they are curious enough to know how it works. So that's template number one. Now in this video training, somewhere on this page where you're watching the video training, you should be able to copy and paste the script on this web page. Template number two, if you do not want to use that style, you can consider to use this. Hi John, you know I don't waste time on anything unless it's significant. Someone I respect just told me about a business. You've got to see this. Your phone got data means that what you can change the sentence to be like, is the computer besides you and so on. I use the word your phone got data. I'm referring to your phone have internet connection. I'll send you a video to watch. That's it. Now the response should be very positive because you're not asking them to join anything. You're just saying that can I send you a video to watch? That's it. It's a very what's the word, non-threatening approach at all. I mean, you're not even selling anything. Now if let's say you are someone say significant or you are a public figure, this template would be ideal because of two things. One, you mentioned that you don't waste time on anything that is not significant, which is the truth. I mean, that is who you are. So this must be serious. And secondly, if you're a public figure and you mentioned that you heard about this business from someone you respect, then you're going to get their ears. Why? Because if they respect you, you're a public figure, and now you mentioned that there's someone else to share something with you, and you are interested about that. Hey, it has to mean something. All right. So choose one of these templates. Now, once you have done that, once you send it out, you're going to send between 10 to 20 potential partners. If you send between 5 to 10, unfortunately, you're not going to have your 5 to 10 partners because not everybody will say, hey, let's meet up. Hey, I would like to hear what it is all about. If you can get 50% conversion, that's considered pretty good, right? So in that sense, you have to send to at least 20 potential partners if you want the blitz strategy to work well for you. If you can have more than 20, that will be a plus point. So once you have sent this, you're gonna get a reply from the potential partner. They could say, yeah, I'm interested. Yeah, tell me more. Okay, whatever it is, so long that the response is positive, like tell me more type of response, then you're gonna give them this response. Now, but if the response is negative, as in like saying that leave me alone, I'm just making this up, nobody says that, right? But if the response is negative, then don't push it. Why? Because we're not in the selling business, we are not in the so-called recruiting business. We are in the business of sharing and sending out invitation, and of course to help them to grow in terms of their own business at the same time, to help them to create their own stream of income. So don't be pushy about that. If response is not good, just leave it and say thanks for your response, and I understand that this is not for you right now, and that's okay. I'll check with you again. I'll connect with you again next month or so. Is that all right? So with that, right, if you get this permission and you follow up with them again next month, chances are they're going to be more receptive, because if the first time they say no, the second time they'll probably be okay with it. So anyway, if the response is positive. Now, what do I mean by positive? Positive means tell me more. So this is how you can respond to them. You probably have heard about Jeunesse. If not, here's a short video. And you replace with the Jeunesse video for the 6 years growth of Jeunesse company. Now, I'll break this down why I use this template, but I'm going to continue reading first. I think this is going to help us. Now, fill in the blank. When you fill in the blank, this is where you're going to put the benefits of what they are going to get. So this should be structured to be something that you and your potential partner have the same affinity with. So let's say you know that she's a mother and you're a mother as well, and both of your goals is to create additional stream of income so that you can spend more time with your children, then it should be, I think this is going to help us to have more time with our children, because I figured it out. Okay, so fill in the blank of a benefit driven answer there. Now once you say this, then you say I'll show you how it works. Okay. Okay, now here's what will happen. When you say this, you probably have heard about Jeunesse, means they may have heard and you're assuming that they have. If they haven't heard of it before, then the YouTube video will basically explain to them what is Jeunesse. Now, if you have heard before, then they'll reply to you and says, yeah, I've heard about this some time ago, years ago, months ago, days ago, whatever it is. And if they say it that way, then it's very easy for you to respond back and says that, yeah, of course, I would, at your position or at your expertise, at your level, depending on who you're talking with, I'm pretty sure that you have heard about Jeunesse. This is why I say that you have probably heard of Jeunesse. But I bring this up to you anyway, because whatever you have heard about Jeunesse, probably it is not the way how I want to share with you. Now, then if you want, you can speak a bit about me, but not to praise me, not to brag about me, and so on. I don't want you to do that. Please do not do that. But you can say something like this. Okay, Pre- prepare some notes. You know what? You don't have to take notes, because you can just rewind what I'm saying right now. Okay, so you could be saying this. Yeah, I can guess that you have heard about Jeunesse, because at your fill in the blank, at your level, at your job, at your expertise and so on, I'm sure someone who has shared with you. However, the reason why I've taken the time to share with you anyway is because I'm guessing that whatever you have heard about Jeunesse in the past is not the same as how I've heard about Jeunesse. You see, there's this guy, his name is Patrick, and he has no experience in this industry. And in his first year building this business, he became the top five enroller in the company, competing with all the other Jeunesse members worldwide. Now, obviously, this person has some unconventional strategies, and he's probably using social media and doing something different. Now the good news is that this guy Patrick is the one who is leading us right now, or something along that kind of line. But don't brag, don't talk about me being a best-selling author, world-class speaker, and all. Don't do any of those. Okay, just focus on my accomplishment with Jeunesse business. Now, if the other option where they have never heard about Jeunesse and you send to them the video would have done the job in terms of convincing them that, hey, it's a business that's worth exploring. And when you say, I'll show you how it works, okay, chances are someone will say, yeah, let me know more. And and by using how it works, you're actually sliding to getting an appointment in that sense. Okay, so from here, then you'll communicate as usual, and you'll land your appointment, or you'll be able to invite them to come out for a group sharing with, of course, with your leader when you're using a blitz strategy when you first started. Now, the next one, I want to share with you how to secure an appointment. So once you have reached that stage, once they respond to you, yeah, I'd like to know more, or they just reply to you, okay. So this is where you're going to secure an appointment. Now, to secure an appointment, you have to follow these three rules. The first rule is that you will always propose to have your appointment within the next 2 days, within the next 48 hours, in the sense that if you're not meeting them tomorrow, you're meeting them the day after tomorrow. So it's between that period of time. So you cannot do it 3 days, 4 days, next week, and so on. It will not be effective anymore. You should be within the 2 days. If they couldn't make it within these 2 days, then only you'll go for some other dates. But if possible, the first option should be within these 2 days. Now, when you do that, you do not mention about time, but you mention about let's if that's the case, let's catch up tomorrow morning, let's catch up tomorrow afternoon, let's catch up tomorrow evening, or let's catch up tomorrow night. Right? Don't talk about the time. Why? Because when you use the word time, people feel very what's the word? Uh, accountable towards that. You want it to sound as casual it is, because after all, when you meet up, it's all about having conversation, right? It's a casual conversation meeting. I shouldn't even use the word meeting because it's not a meeting at all. So when you say let's catch up tomorrow morning, now then they will say yeah, why not, right? So if they say okay, then only you decide the time to meet up. So it always has to be two step. The period, morning, afternoon, evening, and so on. Then only you lock in the time. And the last one is this: do not mention when you're chatting. Do not ever mention the word business opportunity. Do not mention a presentation. That is suicidal. Do not do that. We're not doing presentation here. So all you want to mention, remember the whole chat that you're having, you are focusing on how it works. So you will say that I'll then explain to you how it works when we meet up, right? So that's how you actually have appointment. Now, of course, if you're not meeting an appointment because you're not doing one-on-one and you're doing group, it's the same process. Then you tell them instead of proposing to meet up, you tell them, okay, that's great. So if you're interested, let's meet up, whatever the date is, okay? So that's how you invite them to come. Because now you're not doing an appointment, but you're doing a, 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 a group presentation. They all have to be able to meet up on the same particular day and time because you're doing it in a group in that sense. Okay, all right, so there you go. You are now trained with the knowledge of how to actually land your appointment, and go ahead and do it right now. Now, it's very important that you do it right now because you have learned so much things. If you don't take action, nothing happens. Go ahead and take action, and you'll be able to get your business started. Don't be concerned about not getting it right. You have your leader to help you, to guide you along the way in this business. It's all about get going. All right, this is Patrick here, and I look forward to hear of your success story very soon. Take care.